Buildings in the background are typical of a modern Menhaden processing plant. And now for the actual fishing operations. In order to be on the fishing grounds at an early hour, a specially designed Menhaden vessel must leave the factory by daybreak. Seaworthy and equipped with virtually every aid to navigation, the Menhaden boat is distinctive in appearance, thanks largely to a towering mast topped by a crow's nest. Up in the crow's nest, the captain is on the lookout for schools of Menhaden. He is aided in his search by small planes. Because Menhaden spend most of their time near the surface and in shoal waters, the airplane pilot can spot them easily from his vantage point in the sky. From the air, a school of Menhaden will appear as an irregular dark patch on the water with flecks of white foam caused by a few flipping fish. When the pilot has located Menhaden, he directs the captain to the school by radio. As the vessel cautiously approaches the Menhaden school, it cuts power, and the mothership becomes a scene of activity as the crew prepares for the actual fishing operation. The two purse boats are released. These 36-foot aluminum boats carry the nylon purse seine, or net, which is about 200 fathoms in length and 25 fathoms deep. On reaching the school, the two boats part and encircle it with the net. Tide, position of the sun, wind direction and velocity, the shape of the school, all determine the manner in which the net will be set. The top of the seine is buoyed up with plastic floats, and the foot of the net is weighted down. The net is closed at the bottom by means of a purse line. If fishing luck holds, the Menhaden should be entrapped. By means of hydraulically operated power blocks, each purse boat pulls in part of the net so that the fish are closely confined. Menhaden school only with Menhaden. Rarely are game or food fish caught in the net. It is no exaggeration to say that the crew of a Menhaden boat rarely catch enough food fish for their own table use. The mothership now moves alongside, and the net is made fast. A hose is lowered into the seething mass of fish. By means of an electrical device, the fish are attracted to the mouth of the hose and pumped into the ship's hold. Menhaden multiplies so rapidly that the number utilized by man has little effect on their population. The catching of Menhaden has no effect on the abundance of any other fish or shellfish. Menhaden do not feed on other fish, but subsist on microscopic plankton. When the net is empty, it is restacked. The purse boats are tied behind the vessel, which then moves on in search of more fish. Fishing effort is not always productive. The boats often return to their docks with no fish at all or only a partial load. Upon returning to the dock in the evening, the boats are maneuvered into position. The factory crew is standing by, ready to unload the fish and begin processing just as soon as the boats are docked. The fish are unloaded by means of powerful suction pumps through hoses that couple with pipes on the deck. Streams of water under pressure force the fish through openings in the hull. The menhaden pass over a dewatering screen and are deposited on a large conveyor belt where they are automatically counted. This counting system determines the amount of money earned by the captain and the crew. The fish are then conveyed to a storage bin called a raw box. They drop through gates onto a chain conveyor which takes them to the processing area. In modern, highly mechanized processing plants, the menhaden are cooked continuously at low temperature. As the fish leave the cookers, they pass through a massive press which separates the liquid from the solids. The liquid flows through a series of vibrating screens or centrifuges where the remaining solids are removed. This liquid moves to the oil refinery, where the oil and water are separated by centrifugal force. The water containing soluble nutrients, as well as the water used for unloading and processing, is concentrated by evaporation, leaving a product known as fish solubles. Fish solubles are the feed additives which produce such spectacular growth in livestock and poultry. The solid materials resulting from the operations of pressing, screening, and centrifuging pass through low-temperature rotary dryers. Extreme care is exercised during drying to control the temperatures so that the full nutritional value is retained. Odors, admittedly a great problem of the past, have been greatly overcome through the use of modern air scrubbing and deodorizing systems. As the dried material, now called fish scrap, emerges from the dryer, antioxidant is added to help maintain the quality of the finished product. The fish scrap is then mechanically elevated and dropped to the floor in a thin sheet to provide rapid cooling. Frequent turning of the small piles during the first few days after production prevents heating and ensures a product of consistently high biological food value. After a week of instrumented conditioning, the fish scrap is ready for transfer to bulk storage or may be ground into fish meal. Fish meal and fish scrap are shipped in bulk or bags according to the customer's requirements. Although the actual fishing and processing season occupies just a few months of each year, the end products are stored and shipped to fulfill the user's needs throughout the entire year.